Rama Screen is now on audio. So download Rama Screen as a podcast on iTunes so you can listen to the reviews, interviews, discussions, and the weekly show Rockin' It with Rama Screen anytime, anywhere. What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of The Prodigy. Let's rock this. To me, The Prodigy is a mixed bag. I'm just being honest here. There are parts about this movie that are so bad they are funny, and you know how much we love those unintentional laughable moments in any movie, especially the horror genre. And there are parts about this movie that I think do make a good use of some of its suspense, on top of the fact that it doesn't shy away from its well-placed shock value and violence, which I appreciate. And yes, judging by the trailer and the ads for this movie, you might immediately dismiss it as just another Damien wannabe plot. And you would be right to think that. But I think that this movie's final 20 minutes will satisfy those of us fans of such thrillers as Identity. So again, The Prodigy is a mixed bag. In her much anticipated foray into the horror thriller genre, Golden Globe and Emmy nominee Taylor Schilling stars in The Prodigy as Sarah, a mother whose young son Miles' disturbing behavior signals that an evil, possibly supernatural force has overtaken him. Fearing for her family's safety, Sarah must choose between her maternal instinct to love and protect Miles, and a desperate need to investigate what or who is causing his dark turn. She is forced to look for answers in the past, taking the audiences on a wild ride, one where the line between perception and reality becomes frighteningly blurry. Just to be clear, The Prodigy is not a remake. The script is written by Jeff Bueller, and the film itself is directed by Nicholas McCarthy. So while the core concept or the cause of this evil, which I will not spoil here, can come across as ridiculous to some audiences, understandably so, I have to give the movie some credit for its effort to, at the very least, try to make itself separate from the herd. And by herd, of course, I mean movies about evil child, which we've encountered on the big screen so many times over the years. I think the staging and the cinematography for some of the film's suspenseful and intense sequences are quite effective. There are more than several jump scares that actually land and do what they're supposed to do, although this is one of those movies in which you can see the consequences or the character's decisions coming a mile away, but the execution and the build-up to those moments are nicely done, to the point where the film does have some wiggle room for a few jaw-dropping surprises. So, how does actress Taylor Schilling do in her so-called first venture into the horror thriller genre? Well, I think she does fine for what this movie is. You know a performance is successful when you feel like yelling at the characters. Even though Taylor is not a real parent in real life, at least not to my knowledge, she does a solid job here of conveying a parent trying to come up with a solution based on fear and emotions. And the young star who plays her son Miles, actor Jackson Robert Scott, is outstanding. The script doesn't hold back, so Jackson occasionally has to deliver some very vulgar lines, and at the end commit a pretty brutal act. And throughout all that, Jackson's conviction in that portrayal is unwavering. Playing a psychopath at that young an age may seem like a walk in the park to some, but Jackson does it with flair. So again, overall, The Prodigy has more than its share of silly, you know, generic Hollywood horror scenes or lines that will make you chuckle from time to time, but many of its executions are also definitely worth noting or are nothing to scoff at. I don't know if I would watch it again, but it's fun just to say that I've watched it once. So that's it. That's my review of The Prodigy. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and share this video with all your friends on the YouTubeverse. And as always, subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Hey, if you like this review and you want me to make more, please contribute monthly to help support this channel at Rama Screen Patreon page. Become my patrons today at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.